I've never been very good at finishing projects. I have hard drives full of random projects that I've stopped after a few months. I've been doing this for years after all, but I've never finished my own game, and I'm absolutely desperate to end this cycle. I'm now going to treat it as I would with any project going on at the studio in an attempt to take it much more seriously. I started out by creating a long-term plan, milestones that I should hit every month. I've wasted a lot of time on this project by developing things that I just don't need. Take this combine harvester for example. I took the time to create a routing system and a radar system that would turn off the harvester when it's no longer in range of a relay tower. It even harvests corn, and the satellite dishes point towards the nearest tower and spin when one isn't found. It was a giant waste of time. I just need to get the whole game playable from beginning to the end by picking a task that fit this goal. Then I would like to pitch to publishers, and I have no idea how to do that, so I find that genuinely exciting. For now we just need to finish the demo, so make sure to subscribe to stay up to date. So take it from the beginning of my big plan. Milestone 1 tasks include adding keyboard and mouse support, creating a few upgrades, designing and implementing a boss, and then having a victory condition. This should make the whole first level playable from beginning to end. It's been a little while since I've done loads of work on the project. I've done work every now and again, but I'm going to try and ease myself back into it with an easy task, keyboard and mouse support. I started out by placing the keyboard controls within the input manager, so I can control the car with WSAD. Steering worked straight away, but I needed to tie acceleration to shift and control. I couldn't use WSAD because those were doing the steering. Steering worked, but it felt really clunky and it was difficult to aim due to my focus just being on driving the car. Then I was thinking, what if I tie steering to the mouse? I created a script that returned the mouse position in world space at ground level, and then converted that to player space. Then I should just be able to plug it into the player controller steering, and it should work straight away. But this didn't work at all. Something is happening though, I just don't know what it is. I created a test ball, and set its position to the hit point of the raycast to find the problem. Invisible collision. Turns out it does actually work, but an invisible wall was in the way. I set the raycast to only look for ground, and then it worked and I could drive with the mouse. I swapped out the ball for an arrow and called it a day. Next, I need to implement the upgrade system. It's just that extra bit of gameplay depth which I think the game is lacking currently. I've always been inspired by the upgrade systems in games such as Muck, Nuclear Throne or The Binding of Isaac. I think collecting as many upgrades as possible is a really fun thing. The way I think I want to handle it is to create a script that holds all the information for upgrades, and have the upgrade pickups themselves simply activate that. The upgrade script will then toggle things as needed on the main controller. If I can just use one script and simply change which event to trigger on the upgrade manager, that will probably be way more efficient than making many different upgrade scripts. To do this, I needed to learn the Unity event system, which apparently only took a minute. I thought it was going to be way harder, to be honest. But now I can make instance pickups that each trigger a different function in the upgrade library without me having to do any repetitive scripting. The first upgrade I wanted to add was the ability to add more guns to the car. After some programming, I have the basis for more gun functionality, and it's amazing. You can even pick up the upgrade 3 times to have 4 guns in total. I created an icon, gave it some bobbing, and then set up some simple UI to display the upgrade name, tagline and a description. With this system in place, I am now able to create upgrades really quickly. Here I've created 2 more upgrades. Barrel ejection, an ability that will allow the player to drop a barrel at the back of the car when they boost. This ability is stackable as well. With each upgrade they pick up for barrel ejection, the player will drop an extra barrel. And size doesn't matter. An upgrade that will reduce the size of the player vehicle by 10% each time it's picked up. It isn't too obvious at the moment, so I think in the future I'll probably add some particle effects to show that something is actually happening. That being said, future devlogs are probably going to be faster because I've got this long-term plan in place. Now I've actually got to complete each of these tasks every month just to stay on target. If you're liking this game dev content, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you next time.